I've tasted every woman, I've driven every kind of car. There's nothing that impresses me anymore. And I'm not looking for anybody to sit there and clap for me and say, great job, King Azoulay, you're the man. No, no, no. I'm looking for you guys to tell me, hey, King Azoulay, you helped me find the king inside of me. That king that I was looking for.
Ben, King Asshole, his brother, Dylan, and another kid. They're all Israeli, so I guess they're very close. They all took turns taking advantage of her. I have to be careful with what I say here. In every which way possible. I'm talking from behind, the mouth. It's really bad and it's really hard to say, but they all took turns on her. She was a 15-year-old virgin.
What has society become? Ever since social media rose to popularity, many positive things came out of it, like self-improvement and alpha mindset gurus who at first were Hamza, Andrew Tate, and also Iman Ghazi, individuals who have proof of groundwork that they've been doing what they're doing today for a very long time, and I guess have the authority to mentor millions of lost people online.
Stop acting like you know the way ahead, like you know the rules. There are no rules, man. We're lost.
But with the accessibility of the internet and the easy gateway to cheat the algorithm, gaining millions of followers came with the rise of fake alpha male gurus who lie about their accomplishments and mental toughness with the plan to sell bullshit course to followers who are blinded by the persuasion. And one of those, well-known fake gurus is ASHTON.
Okay, it's all good, dog. And I would fully side with you. I would side with you. I would draw you in. Oh, it's cool, dog. Like, my bad. Hey, my bad. And then I'd wait for you to get lax. And then, boom!
As of today, another fake guru named Ben Azoulay has been on the rise for his diabolical, unbelievable stories, like how he was handcuffed by criminals and couldn't fight them, so he jerked them off to death with the insane kung fu death grip he preaches about.
The death grip. So the death grip is when you grasp your willy and you furiously and it sounds funny, but I've been guilty of doing it, and I know I'm not the only one that's been guilty of doing it.
So enough jokes. Azoulay in an interview spoke on him being arrested for committing a crime he did not do, in which led to John Bravo gathering research on what crime he was involved in, to later find out he lied and did commit a crime whereby a sexually, assault occurred to a 15-year-old with his boys, in which he was sent to prison for.
And tells me to stop. I look at him and I say, shoot me. I'm not gonna shoot you. What's your name? So the fuck are you to ask me my name? I said, shoot me. He said, no. I want you to be one of us. And when he found out I was 15, he was shocked. Like we're talking somebody from the mob. And I started doing underground fights for him. I also was his bodyguard for a while. I felt very powerful.
He thinks he's Van Damme and Lionheart now. So this is where the story turns. And I wanted to go back to the beginning, where he claims he was in prison, right? I wanted to see if he ever was in prison, or if it's another one of his bullshit stories, because he's only talked about it once. And he said that he went to prison for something that he didn't do.
And after that, I got arrested. I got arrested for something that they said that I did, and I didn't do it.
Was it true? Did he go to prison? Yeah, he was telling us the truth on that. But he lied to all of us when he said he didn't do anything.
The internet is in complete disgust about what he did, not only his actions in the past, but him blatantly lying about it in an interview.
He's lying. He's lying.
And now he has a response video out, which is him crying out of how the world is making up fake news, which got him even more backlash. So stay tuned to hear more about Ben Azoulay and how the response he made has ruined his career unimaginably. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe to Titan Physique for more downfall dramas. Let's get to the video. So I'm scrolling through TikTok and I come across Ben Azoulay, who is better known as King Azoulay, but I rather call him Ben because saying King, King, it doesn't feel right. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Who made that mess? You did, Kate.
So Ben preaches one of the most insane stories, which sound like it was like pulled out from some other movie because it doesn't sound realistic at all.
I went to Grant High School. We had a police station in the school, and one day there was 5 Mexican dudes trying to jump me in the bathroom. I beat the shit out of them. I left one of them with his head in the toilet. When I left school, the following day, I came back. As I was leaving school, they came and they started shooting at me. So, it started getting more violent. And if they can't beat you by hands, there was 5 of them, and they had to use some other force, which was guns. So that was the last time I went back to school. I said, if I go back, I'm just gonna have to kill them.
He's lying.
So apparently he was in a Chinese restaurant whereby an old man fell in love with him and asked Ben to jerk him off in return to receive the ancient Kung Fu fighting scroll.
When we came to the US, I started eating at a Chinese restaurant. The owner was, for me, Master Shifu. When I used to go there, eventually the owner fell in love with me and he said, that kid is special. And I would come to him, and before I would eat, he would move all of the tables and he would teach me Kung Fu. And I was 10 years old, so I learned how to move with like Kung Fu,
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
So we all get the twist. Bro thinks he's John Wick, whereby he goes 3 whole chapters fighting over 400 men who are armed and somehow not leaving the chapter without any bullet or headshot landing to his body. That's basically how Ben is describing in his stories. So Ben makes a big mistake on a podcast whereby he mentioned that he was once arrested for a crime he did not do, in which Mr. John Bravo did some in-depth research, shout out to Mr. John Bravo, and revealing that he did actually commit a crime back in 2008, which was a sexual assault crime to a 15-year-old. John Bravo did the works and pulled out every string in the book about Ben and his past life, and we are gonna explain how the incident occurred in a more simplified Titan physique manner. Disclaimer, this video is sensitive to certain people. This video is not meant to offend, harm, or disrespect anyone, and we recognize the seriousness of these topics. Viewer discretion is advised. If you find this content distressing, please take care of yourself and consider skipping this section of the video, as I have put in the video in sections. This is the story about a brutal sexual assault that happened on July 13, 2008. A 15-year-old girl was invited to a party hosted by Ben Azoulay and Dylan Azoulay and Mayor Verrett at the home of Ben and Dylan's parents. The girl and her friends were lured to the house by Ben and Dylan, who took them to a liquor store using a fake ID and bought them alcohol. They also gave the girls marijuana at the party in Sherman Oaks. The victim was encouraged to drink heavily strong substances like whiskey, vodka, beer, and smoke weed, which left her extremely intoxicated. Once she was intoxicated, Ben dragged her into a bedroom, stripped her naked, and forced her to perform oral sex before raping her. Dylan and Mayo watched them and did nothing to stop it. The girl tried to escape several times but was pulled back each time. After Ben was done, he handed her over to Dylan, who also raped her. Even as she told him no repeatedly, he beat her, held her down, and together with Ben, they assaulted her again while she laid face down. Then they moved her outside to the backyard, placing her on a couch. While she lays there, disorientated and helpless, Mayor Verrett approached her, touched her without consent, and raped her while Ben and Dylan watched. During this time, the boys' parents, David and Rachel Azoulay, returned home. They heard voices saw underage kids drinking and heard screaming, but they didn't intervene. Rachel Azoulay even saw Mayor lead the drunk girl out of the back door and still did nothing. Later, all three boys were arrested. Ben and Dylan admitted they knew the girl was underage and intoxicated. Ben was jailed as an adult and convicted for oral sex with a minor. Dylan was charged as a minor and convicted for raping someone who was intoxicated and unconscious. Maya was also charged in juvenile court. The girl is traumatized by the event, suffered physical and emotional, including PTSD, humiliation, fear, and lasting damage that changed her life completely forever. So overall, this was a brutal experience for the girl and has most definitely, messed up her perception in life or probably ruined her dating relationship. But that's not for me to get into. Y'all get the story of Ben, that he did this immense crime, but still had the balls to say he didn't do it. What kind of man he did? Man, this guy, man, like if we still had the execution in the medieval times, this guy has to be thrown there and have his head chopped off immediately, bro. So Ben's response to the backlash online after the story was revealed led to his response video in which he claimed that God sent him. That's why people are on his ass, but this is just complete clean bullshit. As he could have just came clean, apologized for not making it clear about his past instead of saying that that is just false narrative. It's just completely wrong. Just be a man and say, hey, I did not mention my past. I was afraid of my past. I have, I'm ashamed. I'm sorry. Finito. Then saying that the Matrix is coming after you, man, and you about to get your dicks up by some other crazy shit, man.
People. So many, because I became so influential so quick, and I'm literally one of the most talked about influencers in the world today, that I got to the point that they're putting out a lot of false information about me. A lot of bullshit. But you see, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm gonna say this. It's gonna come out of my mouth. You ready? It looks like the Matrix is attacking me. That's what it looks like. It looks like they don't want me around because I'm helping men become stronger, better. I'm putting more men on the front line, teaching them to become men, to take care of women, to be there for their friends, to be there for their mother, their father, to retire their parents, to do only good for the world and stop doing bad, stop being weak. It's upsetting them, but it's okay. Don't worry.
So let me know in the comments what y'all think about Mr. Ben. Does it really, deserve this, spot he claims to be in or whatever? Let me know what y'all think. Peace.
Bye, have a great time.